here's what I wanted to do. I like to start with the basics. I'm similar to John. I believe in the old school way of building. What I want to share is the 4 pillars to building your business in StoplightGO. And there's some things I'm going to focus a little more on, and then some things I'm going to breeze past because we could be here all night talking about all of these details. But let's jump right into it. The number 1 pillar, like John said, I truly and wholeheartedly believe is your mindset. Your mindset is going to determine how you work this business. And how you work this business is going to determine the results you get. And then the results you get is going to determine how much or how little you get paid. So I'm sure all the leaders on this call are going to agree. You have to build your mindset when it comes to this business, whether that's through personal development, through books, CDs, YouTube videos, and I'll get into some more of that later. But you have to build your business. One, or you build your mindset and to believe in what you're doing here with StoplightGO and in this industry, period. If you don't believe in what we're doing, you're not going to be here for the long haul. And then if you treat this like a business, it'll pay you like a business. But if you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. And you have to switch from being a consumer, being, like John said, an individual, a civilian. You have to be a business owner. So your mindset has to be, when you wake up, I'm the boss. I'm the business owner. I'm the one who is, it's up to me. Like the saying says, if it's going to be, it's up to me. So you have to have that mindset that says, I'm the business owner and I'm going to work this like a business. You have to get plugged in order to build your mindset. We have some incredible Zooms, just like the last Zoom we had. That's information that the average distributor, the average driver in StoplightGO needs to hear. We've been waiting for this acai product for 2 months, but he got on and he explained, hey, we're sourcing 30 plus ingredients. We have to make sure that this is just right. We're not trying to copy someone else. We're not trying to just do like another product and just switch it up a little bit. They're trying to make sure that every aspect of this product is great. It's worth the wait. So you need to get on the Zooms. You need to get plugged in. You need to log into your website. I say treat it like a business, like you own a McDonald's or a Chick-fil-A franchise. People who own those businesses, store owners, they don't wake up and be like, you know what, I'm not going into the store today. They're usually the first ones there. They're the ones unlocking the doors, making sure that everybody's showing up on time, making sure that business is being ran the way it should be ran. If you're not logging into your website, you don't know what it looks like, what kind of updates there are. You don't know what information is back there. When you do get someone on your team or a customer or someone who's interested in the products or what we offer with StoplightGO, if you haven't been logging into your website, you don't know what's back there, you can't answer those questions confidently. So you want to make sure you're logging into your website every day. Like, I forgot who it was that, I think it was Dave said, click every button. Know what's on every page, know what's on every tab, every link. It's your business. You need to know what's on your website. The worst answer you can give an interested prospect is, you know what, I don't know. And then they, in the back of their mind is, if they don't know what they're talking about, why should I do business with them? So you want to make sure you're logging into your website every day. Continue to educate yourself. We have more than enough information in that back office so that we can all be professional StoplightGO representatives. And I don't mean that in a cheeky way, but we should be educated about what we're doing. I agree with Chad. We shouldn't have to be giving a full compensation plan overview every time somebody asks us about the opportunity, but we need to at least know it for ourselves so we can have that competence, so we can have that confidence in the opportunity that we're sharing with people. So you want to make sure that you're educating yourself and then become a product of the product. I have my tape on right now because I have an issue with my wrist, and this is what helps me. When people see this, they're like, hey, that looks like the flash symbol. What is that? And then that's a conversation starter. If you don't know what the products are doing or how they're working, and if you don't believe that they work, you're not going to have that courage to speak up at a moment or an opportunity when you can share it with someone else. I have the Blaze tablets right next to where I keep my keys. So every time I get ready to fill up my car, I'm putting in a tablet. And as a product of the product, I'm so excited about those tablets because I get over 500 miles to the fill up. I have a 2015 Nissan Altima that's paid off, and I don't believe in car payments. So I'm not getting a new car until we come out with a car program, David Pike. But listen, I know these tablets work. And so I'm so excited about it. And that helps me to share it. There's nobody that can tell me these tablets don't work, because I see it says over 500 miles till the next fill up every time I fill up my gas tank. So you have to become a product of the product. So these are just some of the things that we need to key in on and focus on when it comes to building our mindset with this business. Second pillar is going to be IGA. Our leaders know what this is, but it's income generating activities. You have to do just like every other business in existence, every other multi-million dollar, multi-billion dollar business that's in existence. You have to sell a product or sell a service. You only get paid when somebody buys a product or buys a service. So that's the same thing with us, whether you have one person on your team or like John, who had over 19,000 distributors in his organization and his previous business venture. You're only going to get paid when you do one of those two things. So that someone can be someone on your waiting list. You want to build your waiting list, promote the products, and encourage people to buy them and try them for themselves. It can be someone on your team, someone who has signed up as a driver, who may be on the fence about, do I want to take this serious? Do I want to actually go headfirst into this? Or do I want to spend my money on these products? You want to promote the products, promote the results of the products. So those are the two someones that they can be. But your energy and efforts should be focused on the activities that end with one of those outcomes. So you don't want to be sitting around organizing business cards. You don't want to be sitting around thinking about getting ready to preparing to contact somebody or go out and plan an event and do that. You need to do the things that lead to the outcomes of someone buying a product or paying for a service. And with us, it's either signing up as a driver or a test driver. You want to make sure that they understand, in order to be active in this business, they're going to sign up for that auto ship, the minimum $65. There's not another opportunity that I know of that you can sign up for an auto ship for less than $65 and get as much as we get for the value that they provided at StoplightGO. So I'm going to go on to the next one, because this is what I think I'm going to focus most of my energy on this right here, because when it comes to the actions we should be taking, a lot of people in business are drifting. They don't know exactly what they should be doing, hoping that they somehow get this information by osmosis. But you have to have a track to run on. You have to have what we call a DMO, a daily method of operations. And you have to be doing one of these things whenever it comes to operating your business. So very first thing is prospecting. You have to be talking to people. You have to be generating some type of leads, some type of interest in what we're doing. And so if you're not like Chad, if you're not like Christina, and you're not able to just strike up a conversation, you need to be doing something else. But you need to be doing something that's going to help you with getting in front of people and getting eyeballs on your websites. Posting on social media, that's something that Terry brought up last night. Dave is hounding that into our heads. Post, 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 share, share, share. Post on social media. People are looking. They may not always be commenting. They may not always be following up with you, but they're looking. And you're gonna post enough, and it's bound to happen. Just pure numbers show that it's bound to happen. Somebody's gonna say, you know what? I've been seeing you post about this. What is this? I just want to get a little more information. So keep posting. If you're not gonna be like Chad, you're not gonna be like Christina, who gets up and gets into a parade and starts handing out flyers. Congratulations, Christina. That was awesome. I don't know if y'all saw her post, but that was awesome. Okay. Generating or buying leads. If you're not going to take the time to learn how social media works, there's paid advertising, there's organic advertising. You have to do something. If you don't have people to talk to, people to look at your business, your website, you're not going to have customers. You need to contact those people who have shown an interest, that you struck up a conversation with, or you've exchanged information with. You need to call them by the phone, which is the old school way. That's the best way to contact somebody, or email them. If they prefer email, do that, or text. People are more likely to pick up or look at a text and respond to a text than they are to answer the phone, especially nowadays. Or DM. If you're doing social media, if you're doing Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, direct message them. follow up with them, contact them. Don't just leave it to chance that they're going to be so enthralled with your personality or your character that they can't sleep at night. I got to hurry up and get back on the phone with Dave. I got to get back on the phone with Roger. I need to figure out what it is that he has. No, you need to take the initiative, reach out to them and contact them. Then presentation. They need to know what it is that we have. Your prospects or the people who may show an interest in what we're doing, there needs to be a presentation. We have right now, our founder, Mark Seaforth, is doing presentations for you. He is the best person in the company to be doing the presentation. Let him work for you. He is a multi-millionaire. He is doing the work for you. Plug in, leverage him, his time, and have him present to your prospects. And then on Thursday, tomorrow, we have John, who's going to be doing another opportunity. He has a great setup, great energy, great information that he shares, and he makes it practical. You don't have to do this by yourself. We have a presentation that's being done for you. We have product overviews. I wasn't even expecting this, but I saw the email earlier this morning. They talked about, we had special guests when we were talking about the acai, but we also have product overviews, people who talk about the products that we sell, the products that we offer. It's not going to be the exact same day or week each month, but every so often we're going to have guests on these corporate calls that are going to talk about the products that you have in your store. So you want people in front of that information. You don't have to try to memorize all that information or carry around a notebook so that you have all that information in the back of your mind or be at your fingertips. Put them on the calls, invite them to the calls. And I hate to say this, but you could be washing dishes, washing clothes, doing chores while somebody else is learning about your products. Get them on the Zooms so that they know what it is you sell. And then we have websites. They just came out with the landing pages for the opportunity, for the products. These are tools that you have in your store or your back office that you can share. You don't have to know how to present like John. You don't have to be articulate like David. Get the tools out and let them do the work for you. And then the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. We all have heard that if we've been in network marketing for any amount of time, we all heard the fortune is in the follow-up. Utilize the 3 ways with your leaders, with your partners. Nobody is above doing 3 ways. Chad shared with me that he had somebody on his team do a 3-way with him. I have Chad do 3 ways with me. To be honest, it's the simplest way to leverage credibility in this company because you can edify your team member, you can learn from your leader, and the person who you're speaking to isn't going to have to only take your word for it. They're going to hear it from somebody else, and that's just going to build the belief in their mind. So you need to make sure you follow up and then repeat that process. When it comes to you engaging someone, you want to make sure you're prospecting. Drum up new business, just like any type of dentist, real estate agent, any profession where they have to provide a service or sell a product. They have to get people interested in their products, in their service. McDonald's knows that you know where they are. They know you know where the closest location is. You know who still puts millions and millions of dollars into commercial advertising? McDonald's. So you have to do something that's going to get people interested and willing and open to talk to you. So repeat that process. Make sure that people have a way of finding out where you are. If you open a business, let's say it's a shoe store or a restaurant, you never say anything to anybody, nobody's coming to your shoe store or your restaurant. So you have to start this process all over. And again, it's income generating activities that are going to lead to people knowing who you are. You have to get into some type of conversation where that you can help them understand, hey, we have a Zoom this Wednesday. We have a Zoom this Thursday. This is how you can find out about the information. And that's where the presentation is going to be done for you. And then follow up. Hey, what did you like best? Like Chad says, what did you love? What did you learn? Hey, follow up. If you're not comfortable, use your team, use your leaders. They are willing and ready to work for you. So income generating activities. And then the next pillar is going to be goals. We could spend hours on goals, and it's been, I don't want to beat it to death, but we have to set goals in our business. When it comes to what we're doing, like Chad said, I remember I learned this from you, Chad. If you ask somebody, what is your goal? And they say, I want to make more money. They could be talking about a few more dollars than what they're making now. They could be talking about just making enough to pay a bill, but you have to have a goal when it comes to your business. Georgia shared how we need to set SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals. I'm not going to go through that, but here's what I'm going to do. We do have to stay process focused when it comes to our goals. It's not going to happen overnight. We have to have realistic expectations. So you need to stay focused on the process, or process focused, meaning don't focus on how many people you can get to the Zoom. Focus on how many people you're contacting, how many people you're reaching out to, how many phone calls you're going to make today, how many emails you're going to send today, how many text messages you're going to send today. If you're going to post on Facebook, make sure you're consistent posting on Facebook every day. Make sure you're process focused instead of outcome driven. The next thing is stay committed to those activities regardless of the outcome. Not everybody you speak to is going to show up. Not everybody you speak to is going to follow through. Not that they lack integrity, but they may just have other things going on. It may just be life happening to them. So stay committed to the activities, because you could send out 100 emails and nobody show up one week. You may send out 50 emails the next week and 10 people show up. So stay committed to the activity, not necessarily the outcome, because that's how you have these lows and these highs in networking, because you're so excited when something happens and you reach a goal, and then when nothing happens, you drop down and you're depressed and you're sad and you're disappointed and you're ready to quit. You can avoid those highs and lows if you just stay committed to the process. And then I have magnifying glass and telescope. This is something that I use for myself. When we have goals, there's some things that we need to look at with the magnifying glass. The very next thing that we need to do is a magnifying glass goal, meaning the next thing I need to do is look at what time is it? What can I do for my business right now? If it's 9 o'clock at night, I can't pick up the phone and expect somebody to be up and ready to talk and have as much energy and enthusiasm as I have. I can post on Facebook though. I can post on TikTok. I can do something to the effect of advertising, where when people are on a platform, they can see what I'm doing, see what I'm posting. So you can do something now, whether it's picking up the phone or posting online. So that's a magnifying goal, or magnifying glass goal. Telescope goal is the big picture, the year from now, the 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Those are telescope goals, where maybe you have a desire to drive a multi-million-dollar car. Maybe you want to drive or be in a multi-million-dollar house or castle like Chad shared with us a couple of weeks ago. Those are telescope goals. Now, it's not to say that they won't happen within a year or 6 months. It's definitely possible, but be realistic for the activities that you're going to carry out, for the work that you're going to put into this business. For somebody who's going to work this full-time, they can expect their goals to be attained faster than somebody who's going to do this some of the time, or when I get some time. So make sure that this is realistic to you. And then know your numbers, grow your numbers. Dave is always sharing with us. It's very simple. Invite, invite, invite. Now, I can spend time on this, but for the sake of time, I'm going to keep going. We're almost done. We're on the 4th pillar, and that's consistency. All those things that I shared with you are great, but if you're only going to do it once in a while, you're not going to be successful. I guarantee you that John, multi-million-dollar earner in this industry, he didn't get there by doing this every once in a while. He didn't get there by reaching out to somebody here and there, or when he felt like it, or when he woke up on the right side of the bed. He was consistent. You need to make sure that you stay focused and stay consistent. Know your why. Chad asked this question on every call that we have, every Zoom. Know why you're here. It has to be something that's specific to you. You don't need to be trying to share a why that's going to impress your sponsor, impress Chad, impress Georgia, impress David. You need a why that's going to keep you in the business when you wake up and you're not feeling like posting on Facebook, or you're not feeling like talking to someone, or you're not feeling like pulling out your tablets when you get to the gas station and you want to say, hey, is your car on the pill? You need a why that's going to keep you in the game when you don't feel like it. And then do the work. It's not going to be easy. It's not always going to be convenient, but you need to do the work. That why is going to keep you doing the work and keep you consistent. And this is something that I have to remind myself of every day. What's motivating me? Not everybody is going to have the same enthusiasm and excitement and drive as John, David, or Chad, because they've made money in this industry more than most. Now, I've hit the 5 figures. I'm headed to 6, but not everybody is going to know that it's possible. Not everybody is going to have that experiential knowledge that you can make 6 figures. You can make $1 million in this industry. So you have to have some things that are going to motivate you when you start having those doubts, that small voice in your ear that says, just watch Netflix. Just, hey, one more episode, or just go ahead and just skip today. We can come back tomorrow, or start fresh next week, or even worse. We're in December. There's some people who have already given up on their business, closed the doors on their business and said, you know what, January 1st, I'm starting fresh. I'm starting new. I'm going to hit the ground running. They've given up on this month and on the rest of this year. We still have time to build our business. So positive motivation can be that $100,000, multi-$100,000 car, or a mansion that you maybe want to move to a different zip code. Maybe you want to, when Chad showed me the castle that they were in, that built my belief. Many of you all are going to get to know me over time. One of my favorite things is watching movies. So I have this desire. I'm getting ready to have a house built. One of the things I want is to build a mini theater next to my house. So I don't care about, and let me walk that back. Cars are not my priority. So my car is good until the wheels fall off. But my theater, I've already laid it out. I already drew it out. I know how many rows of seating I want. I want a kitchen. I want a bathroom. I want an oversized plush couch. All the different, I have everything. I have the movie posters, everything I want for my theater. That's what's motivating me. Now, you may not want a movie theater. You may not want a car. You may not want to move to another zip code. You may have negative motivation. You may not want a boss, somebody who's going to tell you what time you have to be at their office, when you can go to the bathroom, when you're allowed to be hungry and eat, when you're allowed to get sick, or how often you can spend time with your family and friends, or take vacation time that's limited to how long you've been with the company or when they want you to take it. So that's positive motivation and negative motivation. That should be driving you to do your business. And then we have stay plugged in. That's going to help you stay consistent. Again, attend the Zooms. Zooms like what we're doing right now. What we had 30 minutes ago with Dave Pike sharing the video. And then we had the special guest talking about our Acai Plus. Stay plugged in. Those things can make you go just a little bit longer, and get that little piece of information that may make you say or think, you know what? I get it. Or that's what I was looking for. Or now I see why we're doing this. And then you can go from on the fence to excited. And so stay plugged in, get on the Zooms, social media. We always tell you all, join the How Top Gun Facebook group, join Team West Facebook group. They're posting, they're keeping you motivated, encouraged, keeping you updated with what's going on, events, Zooms, everything you need to know when it comes to your business. You're not in this alone. You're not the only one doing this, so you need this information. Those are just 2 platforms that you can use to stay plugged in. Personal development. Make sure that you're listening to, whenever you hear us on these calls, on these Zooms, we're going to make references to books. We're going to make references to CDs like John. We're going to make references to audios that you should listen to. You don't have to go out and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars like I have, or like John has, or like Chad has. You can go to YouTube. You can go to YouTube University. I always tell people I'm getting my doctorate in YouTube University. If there's something I don't know, if there's something I need, if I need lookups, I'm quick to open up YouTube on the computer or on my phone. There's so much positive motivation that you can look up on YouTube when it comes to building your baseline belief in this industry and what we're doing when it comes to these products, when it comes to why you're building this business and seeing other people who've done it. It's all on YouTube. And I say that because a lot of people come into this business to make money, and they're not so apt or quick to spend money on positive motivation or books, CDs, and audios. You can do it for free. And so make sure that you're doing whatever you can to build your belief, when it comes to this program. Again, stay consistent, don't quit. The thing that I tell my new people is you want to be here in a year because you don't know what could happen, what could change, how 1 year can change your life. Like Chad said, in a few days, it's going to be our anniversary. A year ago, we didn't have landing pages. We didn't have products to share with people. We had a belief that this was going to be a legacy company. This was going to be that opportunity that people wish that they could be a part of at the beginning. And so he shared it with me, and I thought, hey, I can have $1,000 in my account, or I can take a chance and I can be one of the very first to be a part of the next legacy companies. And I took that chance, I took that risk, and here we are. Now we're on our way to become a legacy company. And I can say I was one of the first. There's a lot of people that we talk to, they're going to be wishing a year from now, 5 years from now, I wish I would have gotten started. Because of me staying consistent, because of building my belief, building my team, I'll be able to look back and say, thank God. I got started, I stayed consistent, I stayed on track, and look where we are. So with that, those are the 4 pillars of building your business with StoplightGO. And I can go on and on, but I'm gonna stop for the sake of time. So thank you so much again, Chad, Georgia, for allowing me the time to share. And I'm gonna turn it back over to you.